are back. The time is now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV, the Newcastle United, the Toon, ladies and gentlemen. I know you can't see me for some reason, but either way, the Toon back with 3 points in the Champions League, getting another 3 points, back-to-back wins. Gordon scores again, and of course, that's good. 4 goals, our top scorer in the Champions League, maybe the whole season, really, if you think about it. Well, no, Voltemada's got 4 or 5 or something, 5. But they're all doing a good job, and I mean, just what a performance! What a performance! We got Gary here, of course. We're throwing the link out there so you can come on and have your say, and have a good time. Andy, you got to turn down your volume. So something is either your phone or something is going on there. Either way, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to smash the like button if you want to support the channel. Do that, please, for us, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications if you desire. If you like what you see, don't forget that you can support the channel by super chatting right away. Get your comments in front of everyone else's, highlighting, of course, you support the channel. And yeah, become a member if you can. Give memberships away if you need to, and there we go. We got the panelists of the match reaction, and of course, if you want to call in and have your say, you can do that briefly. So join via link. We'll get to you as soon as we can. We got Gary and Andy Bell. How's it going, lads? We already got Jordan in the background. So second, Jordan. Gary, what do you make on tonight's game, mate?
It looked nervy to start with. Again, you question whether Eddie will make changes, and I think not changes that were forced on him, but I think he needed to make changes. And again, it's players that haven't really been performing show up tonight, and actually we're not reliant on the main man up top. It's nice to know that now, wingers are starting to get involved. And for me, Anthony Gordon got man of the match for me. I thought he was outstanding. He was one of those thorns in Benfica's side. It doesn't matter when he got the ball. Dedic at the start didn't know whether to go tight, whether to give him 5 yards. And I really did think that we were going to get taunted by Luca Bacchio for Benfica. And we had to weather the storm, and we had to make a conscious decision of who to go forward and who to go back. And I thought for the first 20 minutes, we looked a little bit cagey. Once we'd got the goal, again, it settled us down a little bit. But it never felt as though we were never in control of what was happening in the game. And for me, apart from the odd brief spell, it was Newcastle. 69% of the ball possession. We very rarely see Newcastle with that type of possession in the Premier League. It's usually 50-50 in the Premier League. And the class between the two clubs, for me, is there for everybody to see. They have got a couple of individuals that can hurt you if you allow them to play. But I thought even though, Benfica didn't play like they played at Chelsea, they really made it difficult when they were at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea only beat them 1-0. And I think because of the results that had gone against them, they had to play a little bit differently, Benfica. They did have to gamble a little bit. And that allowed us to get into the channels, into the half space to really get at them. We were getting a little bit frustrated because nothing was really falling to Voltemada in the first half. But some of the movement from both Murphy and Anthony Gordon, again, nothing but praise for the two of them. It allowed other players to work around them and work with them. I thought even though Bruno didn't play exceptionally well, he did a job. He controlled the tempo in that half space. He was always an out for anybody. I thought young Miley did really well. I thought Jacob Ramsey gave us that extra little bit in midfield. Seemed to very rarely lose the ball. A couple of times he lost it, but again he worked well. And I'm sure he's still getting to know the lads and how they play, coming back off his injury. So for me, first half was tricky, but I thought second half we totally dominated them. I mean, that game it could have and perhaps should have been 6. That is if you're going to be critical, we've probably got to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal when it counts. But you can't knock the performance tonight. It was an excellent performance by Eddie as well. I thought, again, I was just looking in my pocket to see if I could see Marino, but Eddie couldn't. Eddie said he couldn't see him. So, yeah, well done, lads. And, top play to Popey as well. I don't think we should say nothing at all about Popey. He saved us in the first half. He could have gone in even, if not behind. So I think he deserves a massive pat on the back. And the biggest thing for me to see was the way the lads come and celebrated with Popey on the assist with the throw to Harvey Barnes. So well done, everybody, because I think it was a well-deserved win.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable win, quite honestly. Out of nothing, really. Out of nothing. I wasn't expecting that win. I was going to change my score, but luck to you all, I didn't. I was going to go 3-0, but, it's okay. It'll just stay between me and my and just myself. Nobody else can witness to that. But anyway, I did say 1-0. So because of the performances that we were experiencing, it didn't seem like it was really you were going to see something like today. But especially in the second half, I mean, the players just woke up and got the job done. Andy Bell, what do you make of the game, mate?
Well, I think Gary summed it up pretty well. I think that the fact that we're talking could have been in excess of 5-6 even. And when you look at it, Dan Burn had a chance at the end, Joe Linton had a chance at the end. But then we've also got to look back at the really vital important times in that game where Pope's made that first save for me. The first save for me is the big one. I'm just going to knock that thingy off because I'm starting to break up again. I think it's a virtual background.
Yeah, you might want to take it off.
There were some big performances. Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm just going to knock this off, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, let me get to some of the callers that are coming in.
Guys, just go to
Yeah, no, we'll get to the callers. Jordan calling in from Newcastle, right, Jordan? Is that right?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
There you go, mate. Welcome. Well, what do you think, mate? What do you think on the game? What is your takes?
Oh wow, just wow, it's amazing. I mean, I don't know what Gary thinks. I've just been watching it and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, we didn't play like that at Barcelona. Why? Like, it is hard because, like, some people criticize Eddie Howe, and I'm like, well, it's not really Eddie's fault. A lot of the problem is Harvey Barnes. But my thing with Harvey Barnes is he's a good impact sub. I see it all the time. As soon as Newcastle play, I'm like, put Barnes on the bench. He'll come on and he'll score for you. It's as simple as that, really. I mean, I think a lot of the Newcastle fans are happy tonight with that win. I mean, yeah, I think I know we didn't do well at Brighton, but
We're losing you there, Jordan. Let me
made up.
There you go. Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. Looks like we might have some connection problems with Jordan. We'll get him on if he comes back. But his initial thoughts, fans weren't happy, of course, as you would expect, really. I mean, but tonight's performance certainly puts the faith back in Eddie Howe, making bold changes, to say the least, to the starting lineup. Gary Mon joining us now. Gary, do you hear us? You're muted, by the way, just in case. Mute yourself there on your phone. Either way, while you unmute yourself, let me go to some super chats because people are calling already, throwing in some super chats. Jordy Dan, Howe, and Mourinho have that, yeah, bedwetters. says Jody Den. Michael McIntyre. Wild night in the tune. Get in, tune, says Michael McIntyre. All right, then, Gary, we can hear you. So, a really good performance.
Well, it's probably, down to the fact that Wynn was there. I think
Yeah.
if Wynn hadn't have been there, we'd have got beat 4-0. So I think all the credit goes to Wynn. And
Wynn is right now freezing himself.
and how many pints he had before the match. So I think
Oh,
that's what it comes down. Never mind Eddie's tactics. I wanted to just say one thing before, because I couldn't just sort of watch the show and let it go unsaid. I just have to give a special mention to Miley. He played tonight like he'd been playing international football for the last 10 years.
He did
He
well.
he was just fantastic. I mean, how old is he? 18?
Must be somewhere around there. I think 18, 19.
19, I think now.
19. I mean, he just flipping commanded the centre of that field. So much so that Bruno was able to get forward and cause mischief. That was all down to Miley. He was just in total control. And those are flipping, I mean, they're nobody's mugs who he's playing against either. And I think, special thumbs up to Miley tonight. In fact, I know Gordon will get man of the match, but for me, I just think Miley tipped the scale.
With all due respect, we're gonna do a poll for the man of the match. Let's do it now and get our votes in. But to me, the man of the match is Barnes, because when Barnes come in, the game is over. And I think that it can't get any more man of the match issue than that. I think Gordon was.
I lost my internet about 8 minutes to go or something like that, so I was mucking around trying to get a feed and all that. So who scored the third goal?
Harvey Barnes.
Barnes scored 2 goals tonight in an unbelievable way. His first goal was I just didn't see it.
I saw that one from the throw. But I'd say Barnes, people keep, you see it in the chat all the time, sell Barnes. I've always been, Barnes is always a favourite of mine. You cannot sell him. He's class. He's superb. And he turns up for these big games. He'll turn up for you and do something like that.
So let us cast a vote. Then 1 each. We got 4 options or 4 spots. I'm going to give mine to Barnes. I'm assuming one of you will give it to Gordon.
Yeah, I'm giving it Gordon.
Yeah. Gary, who you go with? Pope was pretty good. Without Pope saving us, by the way.
Miley. I'm going to give Miley man of the match.
Andy Bell.
Gordon.
But give me somebody else. Yeah, so you gotta give me another name because Gordon's already in there.
Have you got it?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I think Gordon's man of the match, personally.
Well, I know. Play the game, man. We need one more. Relax. Okay, so he'll have to be back again. Mighty Win in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The happy clapper.
Hey.
Hey, we've even got Gary out his COVID bed. My God, what's going on?
Gary, I guess we still have a few people a few people that believe in COVID still. And Gary, so but
I've been very poorly.
You've been knackered.
You've had the flu.
I haven't had COVID. The test said.
Mighty Win. Who's your man of the match?
Anthony Gordon, I think.
Give me somebody else. He's already.
It's either Gordon or Bruno. I thought Bruno carried that midfield.
Oh no! Yeah. I just can't see.
Well, you asked him. Don't question it. You just asked him who his man of the match was.
I'm just saying. Nobody's gonna give it to Pope. Pope saved us plenty of times, and he got.
Hey, what about his Pastor Barnes though?
One heck of a
Pope in the middle of our goal. It's the first time I've heard that one sung for a bit.
One of the assists
a baseball throw assist by.
Listen, all I'll say is this is what happens when you put a Geordie lad in for Tenali. We'll win 3-0 comfortably.
Yeah,
On
but
top
then
of the game, controlling the game.
so
Lewis
you
Miley, alias Longstaff, comes in and
what?
replaces the mighty Tenali.
What are you on about, man? Why? See again, these extremes. All you do is create controversy so we can shout and argue for no reason. Why are you trying to
No,
say? We need a Jordy lad.
I've got to say, I was very worried when I saw the lineup. I was still kind of confident because Benfica on all that.
Eddie
But
knows what he's doing.
of course he does. The
Smash
bedwetters
that
can
like
get
button,
back
folks.
to their pools.
Nah,
Eddie,
see,
in
what?
Eddie we trust.
And,
Well,
and, and,
I'll tell you
and of
what.
course, what the bedwetters will be saying, and we've been saying for weeks that the midfield needed rest, da-di-da-di-da. And because we've won 3-0, they are right again. If things
No,
had gone tits up the day, it would have all been Eddie's fault.
Mind you, I have to say one thing, right?
that's another
And
thing, by the way.
people should take this on board. They weren't a very good side.
No, they
So,
weren't.
no, so I mean,
No,
it's all well and good. We
no.
won 3-0. But I mean, I'll tell you, I was very frustrated with us because we allowed them to make us play at their pace. If we had played it up, controlled the game, we'd have
That's it.
wiped the floor with them. But we actually allowed them to slow the game down. After about 25 minutes in the first half, you saw them doing it. Players going to ground and stuff, and
Well
and
said.
they stopped us playing. And I was very disappointed in that. But I'm sure Eddie gave them a rocket at half time because they really picked up the
It's
pace.
night and day. First half was I was falling asleep, man. It was 20 minutes in,
Yeah,
and
we allowed them to slow the game right down.
well, that's
And the
exactly what
referee
Mourinho,
did as well, by the way.
that's exactly what Mourinho wanted to do.
Yeah,
Rebecca,
of course,
you're
it was
spot on.
it
Comparing
was
Mighty
our own
Songs
fault.
is criminal. Exactly, man. I can't believe that. I feel like like an international fan that knows nothing about Newcastle would say that. But knackering a Geordie lad like Miley with Longstaff, it's unbelievable. Andy Bell is in the building, but I want Jordan to finish his point from earlier on. Jordan, man, finish your point on the game and your thoughts. Finish your point there, mate. What are your thoughts on the game?
Is that a Jordan or me?
No, Jordan was
Jordan.
earlier on. He wanted to finish his point.
Can you hear us, Jordan?
Jordan, you got us? Yeah. Unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties with Jordan, unfortunately, but we'll try again next week. Next game, no need bother. Thank you very much to Irish Assassin for sending a super chat here that says he mixed it up, try new things. All we asked for. Gordon looking like his old self. Barnes on the right. Masterful choice from Eddie. Gordon, man of the match. And Gordon seems like to be winning the poll as of right now. And
Gordon, did you notice? Going on the outside.
Yes, he did.
Almost every time he went on the outside.
And he went direct as well. He knocked the ball out.
And he went exactly.
He did it early on. He skinned that full back early on in the game, and he knew he had the beat.
For good parts of the second half, he was even in the middle a lot. So
well, he was there. He was there for the score of the goal, wasn't he?
And that's what you expect. I do take who said this their point that we had to mix it up. Irish actually with the super chat. That's really Eddie Howe needed to do that. Eddie Howe did it. He made the decision, by the way. It's not like this section of the fan base wanted changes and wanted to make any type of change, and Eddie Howe didn't do this, continue to do the same, and we won 3-0. No, Eddie Howe made those adjustments. He the one that thought Joe Linton is not good enough right now to start. So I'm starting somebody else. So Nali Zale, I thought that was one hell of a gamble, and it worked out. I think Miley was excellent in his position, which is as a six. And he did great. But he's not better than Tonali. So doing all this extreme, you're an extremist win. All of a sudden,
I'm taking them Mickey man when I'm saying that. Of course,
it doesn't seem that way. But anyway, Tim is in the building as well as Tiger. Tiger Studer shows up when we lose for the whole show. He has a go for the whole show, and then when we win, he shows up for 2 minutes. But he's in. But we're gonna get to Tim's take first. Timothy, how you doing, mate? And what do you make of the game?
I'm good, mate. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah,
we
loud
can
and clear.
Yeah, I'm not lagging, no.
What is it with
I'm
the
lagging at my
sound?
end.
No, we can hear you fine.
We can hear you.
Your picture's lagging a bit, but we can hear you
All right.
perfectly.
We can hear you. Go on.
Well, basically, I slaughtered Gordon last night, didn't I? And he's totally proved us wrong tonight.
Well, but did he? Because you were saying
well,
Barnes
gonna
should
say,
have been in.
Hey,
Well,
man,
at the
let's
same time, what he's done is exactly what I was wanting him to do. And
That's
like
right.
you have all said, go on the outside, be direct, be aggressive at taking on the fullback, and get your crosses in. So he was absolutely brilliant, and that's what he can do when he plays to his strengths. So I'm so happy to be proved wrong in that way, that he is doing that, or he has done that tonight. So I absolutely chuffed.
And your man Barnes coming on and doing what I think he does best, come off the bench.
No,
I think I've always said he's far more effective coming off the bench than he is starting.
No, because you got to give him an opportunity where he played today on the right. Barnes never gets the same amount of opportunities as everybody. Yeah, that's fine. He never gets the same opportunities as everybody else. He doesn't play good, benched. And that's what happens every time with Barnes. Tiger, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah.
man. So what do you make on the game?
Listen, brilliant performance. What can I say? Everyone played well today. Gordon showed up again. Walter Marder, I think he was my man of the match. I think he played well. Link up was really good with the wingers. Murphy played well. Bruno played well. But I think that we have to give props to Miley today. Honestly, going forward, I want to see him as the number 6, because he just him being there just pushes Bruno and Ramsey of Tonali's there forward, and there's trust there because he's capable of doing a job there. So I think going forward, I think our midfield 3 needs to be Miley, Tonali, and Bruno. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree.
You don't agree? Well, okay, but then our midfield.
Miley tonight played as a 6 where Tonali plays, and I think he's a good 6, and he's learning his way. But he's, I think he just.
He was my man of the match, Miley.
Oh, he sure was, but Tonali wasn't playing. So
But then look how good we played tonight when our midfielders with Miley sitting back and he just sits there, and the midfield and the 2 in front of him do what
quite
they want to do.
honestly, you do have a point in the sense that Tonali can be loose. Tonali can play anywhere in the midfield and be legend. Make a.
Miley was all over. Miley was all over the place tonight. He was superb, absolutely superb.
I agree. Miley was great. No issues whatsoever from Lewis Miley. But the tactics from Mourinho earlier on was to shut the crowd up, which is the main one, by his players committing fouls, going to the ground. Listen, man, if you think that Mourinho is not on that, you're not watching. Mourinho's on every single detail. He knows that the atmosphere is going to be an issue. He knew his players had to chop up the game and try to take the crowd out of it. It kind of worked in the beginning.
Had to, else had got slaughtered.
And it was. I mean, I swear, I was watching the game. I thought this is so boring, man. This is boring. 20 minutes felt like we've been watching for an hour. But in the second half, Eddie Howe made didn't make changes, but certainly had to say something in the locker room. Because 1-0 wasn't going to be enough, in my opinion. 1-0 wasn't going to be enough, in my opinion. What's his name on the right wing? I'm not going to say anything that he did in this game because he did a few things, but for respect to Mighty Win, I'm going to keep quiet on his performance tonight. The right wing for Benfica. I want to keep quiet about his performance. But he had a few shots that boy oh boy if they go in, and that's why Pope was incredible.
If you're on about Dan Burn getting skinned twice today, he absolutely did. I no doubt about it.
I didn't
But
say,
apart from that, never put a foot wrong.
That must be your guilty conscience because I never mentioned Dan Burn.
No,
But I do
no.
agree. He's a good game.
I say fullbacks get skinned twice a game off a good winger anyway.
I
Every
think Burn had a
fullback
good game.
does.
Okay, I'm not talking about, but you want to talk about Burn? I think Burn had a good game, and
Burn did have a good game.
a few tackles on point. I think he did good. And he's starting to realize what's good for him, which is not go forward for no reason. He did a
What are
couple
you
times.
talking
though.
about? He spent most of the game in the opposition half.
I don't
When
think
you're
so.
not going to win this one, mate, so you may as well.
Yeah, well, there you go. Listen to Gary Mon. But I thought he had a good game, and overall the team was pretty good in the second half. I mean, we needed this, by the way. We needed these points.
Absolutely.
So come on, man, get on, go on.
It was nice to see Bruno much further forward because he really caused trouble at the edge of the box, didn't he, for them? And that was down to Miley just sort of sitting there controlling everything. But it was nice. Usually you don't see Bruno that far forward. But
Let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys a question. What do you think now? Because we, fans, we always like to make assumptions and we run with things. Some of us maintain it, a level mindset at times. Because win goes to the extreme all the time. But what do you guys make of Barnes coming in on the right wing? Ilanga, I mean, that must have been a gut punch for Ilanga. He comes in late. But in Barnes, I mean, he killed it.
I'll come in there if that's not, I'm going to say my comments too distracting, but basically, I'm really happy Barnes has done what he's done tonight because if he can get into a rhythm, then the right wing isn't his best position. Like we all know that, but if he's in his groove, then he has got the technique and he's a clean striker of the ball when he's on form. So even on the right, as you saw tonight, when he gets in, he's capable of doing that. So whether it's off the bench, I know, like you say, Win maybe he's best off the bench, but whether it's off the bench or starting, to have Barnes potentially sort of back and firing is massive for us, like, because that's what he can do. He is top class when he's in the box and he's on form. He doesn't need much space to get those shots off and to get those goals. And I think if you can adapt his game, he could potentially be an option for the right. So yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed that he's done that tonight. And like I said before I went off, like obviously brilliant from Gordon as well. So if you can have those two back on form, then Alanga's got to fight for his place. And to be fair, I thought Murphy as well. I thought Murphy was one of our better players when he was on the pitch as well.
He always is. He always is.
He is. He's so reliable with his crossing.
Exactly.
He always tries to do the right thing.
Ilanga put hopeful crosses in, but Murphy looks up and picks his man out. That's a difference, And Murphy's like Mr. Reliable. He's got. I said before the game and on the chat, Murphy's got to start, especially in games like this, because Murphy will make a difference. Just with one cross, he can get you a goal, and the others don't do. The others don't do that. Alanga isn't doing it. He'll whip a ball in, but Murphy picks his man out, So.
I mean, I wasn't seeing any of the things you guys are talking about Murphy doing. I didn't see none of that.
Well, you never do.
No.
Well, who put the ball? Who did the assist for the first goal, Chris?
That's fine, but is that?
Answer my question.
No. But you know the answer. But does that mean was he one of the best players on the pitch?
You never mind twisting it. You said
no. I'm not twisting.
Don't do any of that. Who scored? Who was the assist for the first goal? You went very quiet, Chris.
What? Murphy? Okay, he got an assist, right. And then what happened?
But you didn't say that.
What did? Okay, so let's go with the other right wing that came in this particular case, Barnes. He did more that Murphy could ever do in 10 minutes. So that's the conversation. The conversation is.
Murphy, though, do you not think that Murphy? It doesn't always come off. I grant you that, and it didn't always come off tonight. But I just think more often than not, he tries to do the right thing, whether it's
He's
putting
better.
the
He's better
cross
than
in.
Elanga, if you're asking me. Right now, he's
Yeah,
better than
yeah. I
no
think
doubt.
his technique as well, Murphy, when he puts that cross in, and like Gary says, he's able to pick players out and, you know, or at least put it in the right area. And I just think Murphy's got the composure, and he's proved himself now. It's too long a time now for him to be doubted, in my opinion. And I know what you mean, Chris. Maybe some things don't come off, and it is frustrating. There was a few moments first half with him when it was frustrating, but generally speaking, I think he does give you that
You're right, Jim.
reliability and that creativity.
You're right.
Hey,
I mean, he's not perfect, but by God, he's gonna. If
yeah,
your best chance of getting the ball in the box and getting somebody at the end of it is coming from Murphy's right foot.
yeah. This nobody's asking for him to be perfect, by the way. But and I said in the game, all of the wingers before Gordon wasn't playing that good before he scored a goal. He wasn't. No, they weren't playing good. All the wingers weren't playing good. And I actually call it. I said it in the game. I don't even know what the right answer is because Ilanga doesn't do well when he comes on. Even Barnes, I said it before. Barnes, when Barnes comes on, sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not.
Chris, I think we would have said it. Yeah, I think we were just allowing them to spoil the game and break it up.
Let me go to the super chats here. Sheila, thank you for the super chat there. Congrats, win 3-0 proves you're not a Wanga with a G. So there you go. Thank you very much, Sheila. Irish Assassin. Win jail time for you. You're knackered, man. We're going to put Win in jail. No worries. Give me just 1 second. We had another one, though. Warren says, can I just congratulate myself on 14 months member? There you go. Thank you very much.
You can, Warren.
Appreciate it very much. Indeed. Smash the like button, folks. Howie, help us reach as many likes as we can. We got a lot of people watching, 239 on YouTube alone. So we got a few people that might want to have the. Oh, there you go. There's Jordan. Finish your point, Jordan, so you can go on about your day, man. You've been trying to join us for a while now. Jordan, do you hear us now?
Yes. Sorry about my technical problem.
All right, man. No worries.
But that performance sums up what Newcastle is all about. Newcastle, all the way, I think we might have a chance of qualifying for quite a lot
they're knockouts
this season. I think. I mean, the knockout stages would be nice, but I know we've got quite a few tough games coming up, so hopefully, come on, the lads.
Come on, the lads. Yeah, well said.
How are the lads? Thank you. Thank you very much, Jordan, for coming on, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much, man. Always showing up, Jordan, to have his say. Whether we win or not, because Tiger, he just comes in when we lose. So thank you very much, Jordan. We'll see you later, buddy. And now, Tiger, have your last say then, Tiger. So you can go about your merry day as well, because you only come in when we lose, man. So go on then.
What do you mean? I come. Listen, I come win, draw, lose.
This is your okay. Have your last say. Say something positive about Newcastle without hinting anything negative.
No, listen. Look, I'm happy with the performance today. Gordon did well, Barnes did well, but we need to put these kind of performances to the Premier League now. And I hope we can do the same against Fulham. And
that's a bit.
Let's
negative.
see what. No, it's not negative. But let's see what happens. I don't want to be negative. Look, we done well today, but let's see what happens when we play against Fulham. Because, yeah, Murphy did a good cross today, but the defense in the Portuguese league is not like the defense in the Premier League.
So we said that in the match as well. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, let's see what happens. And the Fulham's a big game now, so we need to win there because we need to start climbing the
big game. Every game's a big.
Well,
game.
According to Wayne, Sunderland's not a big game for us. So
no, yeah. Right now, I agree that every game is an important game because we haven't gotten the points that we should have, and now we must.
I want to see the attitude from Gordon against Fulham.
That is true. I want you to expand on that. Thank you, Tiger. Appreciate you for coming on, mate. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the later.
Hey, hold on, Chris. You could play that. I only stayed for 2 minutes, but you're kicking me off. That's your problem.
I'm kicking you out because you always bring in something negative, man. But anyways, I'll see you later.
See you, man.
Take care. Warren Denny with the super chat here. Chris didn't read it out earlier. Don't think he likes me. It would have meant a lot for me, but hey ho, there you go. Now I'm reading it, man. I'm reading it. Thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it very much indeed. A lot of chats right now, ladies and gentlemen, from the from the chat. I want Tim to expand on that in a minute, but James Cuff has a question. I know we tried Barnes on the right before, and it hasn't worked out. But do you think with the link up with Walter Messi, it could be a great option moving forward? Gordon, Voltemada, Barnes up front three. I agree with that because of Voltemada. Voltemada again doing unbelievable work, by the way. And silent, he didn't score.
It's the difference. He makes all the difference. He's just his first touches and getting the ball out wide and forward as well. You never see him, hardly ever see him passing it backwards or sideways. It's always a progressive pass. Get the
And
winger.
first time.
Yep, it's making a. Well, we talked about this. I think when we had a pint when we were talking about it. Since he's come in, it's changed the whole complexion of the team, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, it's we're a different team with him in it. The way he splays the ball around is just it's just fantastic. And I'm still now not too worried about things because I'm waiting for your man to come up and play centre forward when he gets fit again, and then we're going to see we're going to be on fire when that happens. What's his name? The one from Wisser. When he comes back in and he starts scoring goals, I think we're going to be a bit scary, you know. With Walter Messi sitting there just splaying the ball around. He's, but yep, I think if any winger is going to just enjoy playing with that guy, you know, because you're just getting constant balls into space all the time. He's magnificent. He's just fantastic. Well,
yeah.
Can I just go on that point then, because it's an interesting point for me, because Gaz has just said there, anybody can play because of the way Walter Messi is playing the ball in. For me, the one thing that gives you or gives him so much of limelight is movement. You've got to have players that move off him. I mean, the goal for Harvey Barnes tonight, the third goal, Walter Marde, you know, a little back heel back into the path of Gordon, who comes inside. So it's all about movement. And then you get Harvey Barnes, who, if you look, he goes to go inside, but then drags himself back away from the centre half, keeps himself onside. So it's all about movement. Now, when we see, you know, Murphy does give you that. He does give you a little bit of movement. Unfortunately, with Alanga's very much a train track at the moment. He's very much Asula-esque. He's back and forwards, and he never gets inside that penalty area. He's very much on the tram line of the penalty area or wide of the penalty area. So as much as I agree with you, Voltemada is bringing us a totally different aspect in the football, but you also have to rely on the aspect of players around Voltemada to work alongside him, because if you don't, what you're getting is very unidirectional, and that's left-hand side. We're not getting anything down the right-hand side. What you got today for, you know, spells with Murphy, because he does give you an option, is that direction. He gets the assists. You know, we tried a couple of shots that were very close. So he's a player that needs to be sorted and marked. But with Harvey Barnes, you've got a different animal. You've got somebody who's greedy. You've got somebody who's got that grit about him. And the beauty of Harvey Barnes, though, you are right. Harvey Barnes does look a different animal when he comes off the bench, and the lads are doing well.
Do you think with Alanga, though, right, Gary, that do you think there's a little case for him, right, that he hasn't settled yet because he's playing, but he's trying to do what he thinks he should do rather than just do what he does and can do, you know? Do you think that there's a confidence thing going on there? Because you've got somebody like Barnes, and he plays his game, and that's it, right? And if it comes off, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, well, so be it. But do you not think that, because it's a bit confusing, this business with Alanga, because we all know what a great player he is, but there's something not not adding up with him down there on the right hand side. And do you think it could be that he's preoccupied with doing the right thing and doing what he thinks he should be doing rather than just getting on and playing his game? Do you think that could be the problem?
I think the biggest problem, as you saw again tonight, when you play against sides that don't come at you, don't play in your half. Elanga looks quality when he's got room to run in, when he's got space to run in and get in behind, because he can utilise that pace to give him the time on the ball. When he's hurried, unfortunately, he gets a little bit kerfuffled, he gets muggled, he looks very awkward on the ball. And that also comes alongside confidence. I totally agree with you. But for me, he is well away from being the answer for Newcastle going forward in the Premier League. I think he needs time to settle in the squad and play Eddie's way of football. That's not allowing teams to come at you. That's actually pushing in the final third ourselves. So how he fits within that squad at this present moment in time, I find he's a £55 million gamble. And I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping something comes off it. But at the minute, I just don't see where he fits.
Let me pause for a second. Oh, go on.
He's, well, I mean, you know, with Valdemar, he's a winger's dream, Valdemar. He's just an absolute, he's a winger's dream, you know, and
in these sort of games, just so many atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing in these sort of games.
Sorry, I'm getting loads of interference.
I'm getting loads as well.
Yeah, somebody's watching the television somewhere.
Running with another goal. You are now.
Who's got the telly on?
Come on, guys.
Who's got the telly on?
Steve, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. I've got nothing on at all.
All right, then. Well, give us your views then, buddy, on what you've seen tonight.
Well, I was sat in the pub watching it with the Arsenal game being played behind me on the other TV. I thought we had a really, really good game. Yes, they could have punished us a couple of times, but I predicted 2-1. I thought they would have scored at least one against us on where we've been playing this season. I didn't see many players do anything wrong. The odd little touch was wrong pass occasionally, but the possession we had was absolutely fantastic. And I think that's what won us the game, because we kept the possession as much as possible. We didn't give them a chance to keep the ball. Couple of tackles were a bit naughty. We've got to be very careful of that in Europe. The referees will punish us for it.
What did you think of it? I thought we should have had 2 stone cold penalties.
I think so as well, because the Bruno.
What was it? You would have seen more replays and things than I saw.
Well,
but I thought Gordon, he took his legs away from him, and Bruno was pulled. His arm was pulled around.
Well, Bruno.
I think the only one that's close was Bruno's.
Gordon was pushed over, and they had hold of Bruno's arm. He tried to go between the two of them. He kept hold of his arm. The ball was there.
He still had the ball.
Yeah. I thought that was definitely a penalty. The Gordon one was a bit 50-50, yes, he did push him, but Gordon came in from behind the player, so that was a 50-50, I would have said.
I thought he put his leg between Gordon's legs.
No. I think when you look at the replay, I think Gordon kind of knows what he's doing. He goes down.
Gordon went down really easy, if I'm honest with you. The only one that was, I would say, a stonewall penalty.
Bruno was a penalty.
The Bruno one, because there was a tug on his arm.
He's literally holding on to him. He's just trying to get through. He was actually pulling on his arm, wasn't he? Even before he put the ball through. Look
here, Rebecca. I'll drink one for you.
It's medicinal, Rebecca. It's medicinal, mate.
But we won the game.
I've not been well.
And cheers to him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing.
Warren Dinning, thank you, matey. Winyetta, are you better? Are you well?
Are you well? I'm always well, Warren. You know that, kid.
What you saying
they'll never get me down.
About us, right? The way we played. And first half, okay, a bit disappointing, and they weren't a very good side. We allowed them to mix it up with us. But at the end of the day, they mightn't have been the greatest team ever, but at least it's a Champions League game. We won it 3-0, and it's on to the next game.
Well,
And
it
that's,
put us.
that's all you can do.
Well,
That's all you
well,
can do.
That third goal put us into the top of the top 8.
With 7.
There's other teams that have to play, but we got into the top 8. Yeah, 7th place. But we got Bayern Munich still got to play. Real Madrid are below around there, and you've still got other teams to play. So it's still a lot of work. We're not going to be in that position at the end of after tomorrow, but we're going to be in the top half-ish. So
And I'll tell you what I did notice tonight as well, and I thought it looked great. Did you see our bench? Did you see who was coming off the bench? What a difference!
Right.
Tonali and
Yeah, that's what I said. It was good, guys. 2 seconds, because Andy Bell has been trying his best to get online and give us his opinion and thoughts. Andy,
Yes.
can you hear us, matey?
I can hear you. I'm still not fully on. I cannot see myself or anything, but
Well,
yes, my
you're on
ball
screen.
patches
You're
again
okay, mate.
quite
Yeah,
significantly
you're
during
on.
that last half hour.
Yeah, go on, mate. Just give us your
Cool,
thoughts, because we can hear you.
No, I was going to say you summed it up. Yeah, you summed it up pretty well for me at the start. You on about obviously the scoreline could have been quite flattering to her. I can see myself now. I think we need to take note. Obviously, Pope's save at the start of the match was vital for me, because if that goes in, the game could totally turn on her. Going back to what Gary was saying when other Gary Moore that came on, Miley for me was inconsistent, but what he did when he was good, he was very, very good. You could tell that he's just made to play at this level, isn't he, Miley? Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Gordon for me showed something the second half, and I was really impressed. Like Wynn and yourself have said, we want to see him knock the ball out his feet and just go. And we even see him drive inside, even in the second half, and he nearly just didn't get the shot off in the box when he went past a few. But he set up Harvey Barnes. We need to see more of that from him. We need to see him go, do you know what it is? I've had a bit of a hitty-missy first half. Let me go and get this game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, Valdemar's not going to be able to save well like he has been. So I think this we'll come back to look at this and go, this is a massive win. Yes, it's not Europeans elite, but they're still a big side. They've got a lot more predicate in Europe than what we have. Let's be honest.
Andy.
No.
And I think we'll.
That's what's going to give the team confidence.
Well, I think
Yeah,
we
it's gonna
need
give them
confidence.
confidence.
I'm
They can
over the
do
moon.
it.
I was very surprised that Tiger gave Walter Marder man of the match, because I didn't think he had his best game for us. He had some nice touches, but he also cocked up quite a few.
Well,
where the
Gordon
balls
was
kind
mine.
of bounced off
Win.
him. But
What you've got to remember, right? You take Voldemort out that team, right? And there's just
I'm
so
not
much-
saying keep him out the team.
No,
All I'm
I
saying,
didn't say you were. I didn't say you were. What I said was, if you take him out that team, right, before we bought him, we never had anybody like that and sitting in that position. It's like
No.
Beardsley used to be, right, where he would sit there and make things happen all the time. And we've got, for the first time since Beardsley, really, we've got somebody now who just sits in that pocket and makes things happen. And and
People can play off him.
it's a different team now. It's
yeah.
a whole new way to look at Newcastle United going forwards, because our vision with like from last season and with Isaac and all that, we knew which way we were playing. Well, not anymore now. This guy is just changed. I keep saying it. I repeat myself, but this guy Valdemar has just changed the whole flipping.
Can I just ask you guys before
Not
we call
interrupt you
it?
there, Gary.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're right, and I'm going to say the
He's flicked
only
for Gordon. Barnes
Yeah,
was
yeah.
brilliant, by the way.
absolutely outstanding. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. That third goal. I was going to ask you guys literally your point
Sorry,
of
I'm
view.
still breaking, so if I'm interrupting, I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
You're okay. You're okay, mate. Jacob Ramsey. I thought it was a bit of an indifferent game for him today. I know he's coming back from.
I thought he played well.
I thought he did a job for us. I wouldn't say he played well. I thought he did a job for us.
He hasn't had much time with us yet, has he? And I think when he really settles in, and he's playing week in, week out, then we'll see a different player from him.
He covered the ground. He got stuck in.
Yeah.
It was important that he got those minutes under his belt.
Oh,
definitely.
Tim.
He offered a bit of flexibility as well. Sorry, Tim.
No, just I think he was indifferent in general.
He offered a little bit of flexibility.
Yeah. Interesting point on Marley that I was going to throw across. Just going to put this on the screen just so we can see what Miley, as you can see at the top here, I've ticked every single box. So I don't want to be cheating, giveaways and everything else. So I'm just going to highlight Miley. And as you can see, very much Tonali-esque, getting across the park, left to right. So he's allowing the likes of Jacob Ramsey, that free roll, to go forward. A little bit deeper than sometimes what we see Tonali, because sometimes what you get with Tonali is covering this area up onto this left-hand side a little bit more. But again, as you can see, the deeper part of it, he's gone left to right, fully supporting both Bruno, who was free on the right-hand side. And when I put Bruno in there, you can see the pockets of space that Bruno covers, which again, is supported by the likes of Miley, and we'll put Ramsey in there. You can see how that pendulum works, and it's as you say, it's just a release. And the only concern for me with Miley in the 6, if you like, it's just that recovery pace. Where Tonali sits in the 6, he's got that recovery pace to get into those deep slots and try and win us the ball back. But, for me, you're absolutely right. I think, Miley, I think the more he plays, and Eddie said it before, I just think he gives us an element of not being rushed. He does lose the ball at times. He does give the ball away at times, but I haven't seen a player that doesn't in all the time that I've watched the game. And he's still raw. He's still 19, so there's still a lot for him to improve on during his game. I like the fact that he also gets himself in dangerous areas. In that 6th position, you saw him with the header, which I thought he should have done better with, to be fair, the clear and cut opportunity that he had. But he puts over the bar.
Once tonight did he concern me? Not once.
No, well you can tell
on another day that'll cost you.
Yeah, you can tell how comfortable the lads were from what he was doing, with the ball, all told. So, for me, it was a case of he did the job, he did what was necessary in there, and the lads had the confidence to allow him to play. Now, the likes of Bruno, I think Bruno was quite telling at times. But I think he had the jitters a little bit at the start, and I think he was trying to protect Miley a little bit too much at the start. In the first 20 minutes, he never released himself. But as the game went on, especially in the second half, I think Bruno came to light, and he certainly he ran with the ball really well. He gave the ball away many times for me, and he goes to ground too often for me. But I really saw a difference in him in the second half. He certainly tried to control the tempo of the game. He was very professional, where he could have passed the ball and he didn't. He ran to the byline, gets the foul, and it just brings the team further up the field. So there was elements of the game, even though we got nothing from it, what we actually got was momentum and movement further up the field. So that's very professional in my eyes.
I'd like just to sit and watch that game again from start to finish.
Yeah.
Which I will do tomorrow.
We'll do tonight.
I don't know about you guys.
Just sit and watch Miley.
I don't know about you guys, but Ramsey effect. I know that he hasn't really caught the eye and effect as an attacking matter, but I definitely think his energy. Benfica knew that he was there. Their midfielders definitely knew he was a threat. If they didn't, they're going to break their lines. But what they did do is they always had a shadow out on him. We went man for quite a bit in the first half, didn't we?
Yeah.
A couple of times Ramsey beat his first man in the second one to come across him and take the ball away. But if we won the ball at that point in transition, we were then out because another player had been attracted by Ramsey. it's gonna take time to get into his head and know where he's at ease more. So especially when it's a midfield that he's never played in before, I think it's easier for him if he goes into a Toon Army and Joe Linton midfield or a Toon Army and Bruno midfield. They're going to be saying, "Look, when we do this, you do that." This was a little bit of a test today, and it's nice. I mean, we said on Saturday we need to utilise the squad. We have. We've also gotten the result, but there was moments in this game where we went, "Oh God, that could have been a little bit different." Let's look at it positive. A massive win at home in Champions League. Miley's a 19-year-old kid, and in moments he looks like he's playing above himself, and in other moments, yes, he's going to make mistakes. He's 19-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
On it, like I said before, that the one thing for me was when he missed that header, I went, "Oh God, I hope they don't go up the pitch and score because this is what we're going to be talking about." And thankfully, we got the second goal. The good thing, the best thing I can take from this game is we didn't do what we have been doing in resting on all our runs on a 1-0 lead and going into the second half and then just been fighting it. Yes, there was a period Benfica had a 5-10 minute period where we did have to suck up a bit of pressure. But when we did suck up the pressure, when we did break, we wanted to hurt them. We weren't just trying to kill the game off or falling down for fouls and getting free kicks. We went for that second goal, and thankfully we got it, and then won the game.
Yeah, I think it was needed, wasn't it? You know, when you look at it, it was one of those situations where we still look very nervous going into those minutes.
If we'd have been playing Real Madrid or a team of that standing, we probably got a bit of a tonkin tonight.
Agreed.
But thankfully, we were playing against a not very good team. But at the end of the day, as the game went on, we got better and better and better, and we managed to pick the pace up, which was lacking in the first half, and we banged 3 goals in, kept a clean sheet, and that. What more can you do?
Well, our possession was brilliant. What was the percentage in the first half, Gary, in the end, and second half? I know we were 62% at one point.
Yeah, I don't think it finished that way, if I'm honest. Let me just have a look. I mean, it doesn't really matter overall. 52%.
Last 2 games.
52% of possession to 47.
Last 2 games in the Champions League, we've scored 7 goals. I mean,
yeah,
and I haven't conceded. That goal difference, by the way, is the difference between qualifying and not. 12 points gets you in. 11 points, it's down to goal difference and games.
Yeah. I'm just going to get just before I bring Lewis in, 2 seconds, guys, because I don't know whether we've shown this of Niles. Sorry, Ian. F-Win stays in jail. But we've got another one, I think, coming down here. I don't know whether we did that one.
I did stay in, but
I missed it all.
No, we did that one. But Michael McIntyre, bail for win, 2-2.
Exactly.
Thank you,
2-2.
Michael.
Thanks, Michael. I can say I've just seen it come up on my screen, but it didn't come up on my channel here.
Yeah, but I was in all the time. I was in jail all the time, Niall. Thank you very much until I got bailed.
I missed it. What was he getting locked up for this time, by the way?
Sorry?
Just for being win.
Oh, you've just been win. My laptop nearly went flying across. I left my camera on. I didn't realise on my phone, and it was pointing up at my chin. And I looked
what
down.
You got to say, Lewis?
Yeah, double chin, everybody. So I apologise. I had my phone going, I had this gun, and the balls were going to go through the window. So, and then Gary sent us a different link, and it's worked automatically. So
fabulous. I laughed my moobs off when Pope, after that fantastic basketball pass, hit his very next goal.
It was a hell of a shot.
And that was it. That was the funny thing, wasn't it? The next kick just straight
out. Yeah.
Thank God he didn't kick it. Thank God he didn't kick it.
Exactly. Lewis, go on, mate.
I was at the game, and I just got back. I just got back in from the game.
And
what did you think?
Brilliant. What an assist by Nick Pope.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the assists of the
he had
season.
it in him.
We knew we had it. We all knew he had it in him. But
I certainly didn't know he had it in him.
He pulled off some brilliant saves as well.
Yeah. Like,
First,
but as I said, like with Nick Pope's an assist, I was sitting right behind it as well. It was honestly one of the beautiful, like, long throws, curve as well.
it was.
It was a great pass, to be
Long
fair.
throws,
Really
man.
good pass.
It looked to me as though it might have been a bit fortunate at the finish. I thought the defender made rather a hash of it.
You made a mistake of it, but we don't care.
When that ball bounced free, right? Because I think Bonds thought the defender was going to get it, and when that ball bounced free, Bonds must have flipping thought all these Christmases had come at once.
It was mad.
Ian Fleming saying his super chat wasn't read out. It was Ian, like, but never mind. But at least when I like when he talks shite.
But because I did as well, I know people hate it as well. I did buy a half and half scarf from the official club shop, not the
guys.
Lewis, there's nothing the matter with that, mate.
I'm going to ask you a question. With Isaac gone, we've seen Valdemar with these clever little finishes, and we've seen him with the headers, but I haven't seen the drilled shots in the bottom corner. We haven't seen a whipper in the top corner. Would you go as far as saying as Harvey Bonds is the most all-rounder best finisher at the club at the moment, potentially?
Can I just ask you a question, Andrew? You mentioned, what was his name? Isaac?
Well, you know what I'm getting at. I'm sorry to bring him up, but what I'm saying is I've always been of the opinion if Harvey Bonds was probably a little bit bigger, he'd probably be a striker.
Yeah.
Until Gordon's recent uplifting form, I don't know what's caused it, but all of a sudden he's back to his best, isn't he? Would we agree?
Yeah.
He wasn't back to his best against Brighton, was he?
And but he's turning it on again. But prior to that, and for quite a large part of the end of last season, I'd have always chose Bonds over him. Now, I have this thing, right, and you're probably going to destroy us for this, but for me, I would pick Tino and Bonds down the left every time that we play, because when them two play together down the left, they absolutely destroy teams. I don't know what it is about them, but the two of them just get on so well. And but the trouble is, Tino's a right back. So what does Eddie do with that? But if you watch all the games where Tino and Bonds are playing on the left hand side, they don't have good games. They absolutely just destroy the team that they're playing down the left. And
including Liverpool, of course, in the cup final.
Yep, exactly.
Can I ask a quick question as well? Yeah. You know there was a challenge what we did in front of the Benfica team. Who actually got booked? Was it not Jose who got booked, or was it one of the?
It was one of the coaches.
Was it? We I think I said before it was Jose Mourinho who got booked.
No, it was one of the coaches.
Oh, he did put his on the officials, Jose, just after it, and he was being a bit. What's the word?
This business about Bonds. You got to have Bonds in your team. The guy's class. The guy is class. Right.
Well, I think Neil said in the comments there, like he still had a fair bit to do. It wasn't like he was completely in one-on-one with nobody around him. It was a tight angle, and it's like he picked that spot really well.
And for all the people that keep saying like, "Oh, sell Bonds, and sell Bonds," I would just like to officially say, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Language, Timothy.
Yes, Chris will be having a Connery if he
Irish Assassin, thank you. James C says Pope has more assists than Wirtz.
You know it is good as Nick Pope.
I mean, it's an interesting one because, like you say, I've watched Harvey Barnes now for some time. Days when he was at West Brom, days when he was at Leicester, and he is very, very hit and miss, and that is the frustrating part.
Sorry, Chris.
The thing for me is more the fact that, where do you play Harvey Barnes? Because he is that type of player. You can play him in the middle, you can play him on the wing. I mean, to be fair, he's a makeshift striker because he can strike with both feet. The biggest problem with Harvey Barnes is mentality.
Yeah,
He has to have the mentality to go on and continue to create and have a go at the defenders, because he loses that mindset. Like today, because he's had a great first touch and he's got his rewards with the goal, he goes on then and carries on his form. But if you've noticed against teams, hold on, Gaza, hold on.
It's been unfair for him.
Well, it's not been unfair because if you notice, well, it's not really, because he's had 3 games at the start of the season. Hold on, Gaza. Hold on, Gaz.
Yeah, one or the other.
Let me have a say. He had an opportunity to really cement his place in the squad when Anthony Gordon got suspended. He had 3 full games to go for it. Every fullback that he come up against and couldn't beat, he got lost in the game. Didn't want to compete. Didn't want to do anything. So you have to make a choice as a coach.
Right.
And as soon as there's availability to come back, Anthony Gordon.
And by the way, in those 3 games, he had Livermento behind him.
But it also might be that he needs to play in his natural position, which would be a 10. Really, that's what he did today.
When Barnes came in, right? Barnes has one particular strength to his game, right? And he did it at Leicester. And Barnes is all about laying a ball off and haring behind the defence for the ball through, right? He did it at Leicester countless times, and that's where he's supposed to score all his goals, right? And Eddie Howe has never played him. He's never played that game for him, right? So Barnes has been getting the ball on the left, and he's been expected to beat his man, blah, blah, blah. That's not actually his game, right? Barnes is all about getting the ball wide, hitting it inside, haring off behind the defence, and latching onto the ball in between the defenders, and he's through, and he probably score, right? So it's unfair on him in a way that wait a minute, please. And
finish your point, though. Get to it.
That he's being asked to sort of sit wide and then be like a dribbling left winger. He's not, right? But you give him a ball to run onto, and 9 times out of 10 it'll end up in the back of the net. You know.
I would just say, I think
we got to call it a day, though. Tim, go ahead.
Other Gary, he did. I mean, I'm one of Barnes' biggest fans. I've always backed him, but he did play his way out of this.
Right. Yeah.
Tim's gone.
Yeah.
I know where
whether
Tim's
it's left or right. That when he comes in, he's on form.
Yeah. Good points there. Good points. Listen, we got to call it a day. We've been going on too long, but great win. Good stuff. How are the lads? 3-0. And happy clapping once evermore. Actually, not
Irish.
Once,
I'm just trying to.
Let me get to thank everybody. Thank you, Rebecca, for becoming a member.
I don't mean to be rude.
Cup as well. We know. Don't worry. Jordy Den, thank you very much. Michael McIntyre, Irish Assassin. You got Sheila as well in there. Irish Assassin again. Warren Denning multiple times.
Okay.
Ian Fleming, Niall Powell, thank you, Michael McIntyre, thank you again, Warren in Irish. Thank you, all of you, for super chatting and supporting the channel. It's been a good one, a happy one. We won 3-0, back at it again against Fulham. We'll be back again tomorrow at noon in the UK, 6 a.m. in the US for the final shout, the final details that we missed because of the the excitement of it all. We'll be back at it again.
And relish it and come back.
I'll be happy to have technical issues if we win the next game in the Champions League.
There you go.
We'll
be back again. And don't forget that you can watch right now Harvey Barnes and Gordon post-match reaction on the channel as well. They came out and talked about what their thoughts are on the game. So watch that one. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. How are the lads? We'll see you all on.
And the prediction league is up in the prediction league now.
This is